The only difference are the masks. Otherwise, Paris, the city of art and light and love, is much as it ever was. The shops are open, the artists are out, the bars, the bistros, the museums. There is only one crucial ingredient missing: the tourists.
And what is Paris without? Last year, 50 million of them came for the monuments, the cathedrals, the museums, the history, spending 22 billion euros and once again making Paris the most visited city in the world. This year, the French and the odd European tourist have it pretty much to themselves.
We won't get back to our historic levels before 2022. I have been in charge of the Bateau Parisien for 7 years now, and we have known crises, floods, and terror attacks, and we always picked ourselves up.
But for now, hotel occupancy rates here in Paris are down 86% on what they were a year ago. And the worst is at the very top end of the market, the so-called palace hotels that depend almost entirely for their business on American, Asian, and Middle Eastern tourism. Places like the Ritz here in the Place Vendôme, they have simply remained closed.
And that will come at a dizzying cost to France's public finances.
Well, we are very fortunate in France to have this government support. It's quite unique in the world. 70% of the gross salary, which is 84% of your net, is very unique. And it's very important for us to have that.
French authorities have said that they'll continue covering most of the salaries for people who can't work until at least September. But that money is going to have to come from somewhere, even as the French economy is predicted to contract by 10% this year. Perhaps most worrying for people looking at France's tourism industry, this should be its high season. On an ordinary July day, the Louvre would get 30 to 40,000 visitors. That figure is under 10,000 a day right now. Much now depends on when those global travel restrictions will be lifted, but also, and perhaps more importantly, whether long-term people are ever going to want to come back to Paris in the same numbers that they did before.
But perhaps the contrary. If you have a vaccine or you have a treatment, then people have to go back to normal life. We have to enjoy the life.
Melissa Bell, CNN, Paris.